The Ukrainian defense minister's daughter just bought, now I can't confirm this, that the Ukrainian defense minister's daughter, hang on, bought a 7 million euro house in France. This is what, and by the way, this is what people are outraged about.
Ukrainians.
This is what the Ukrainians, even more than random men being shoved into vans to serve as cannon fodder in an unwinnable proxy war. This is what they're upset. But this is what they're upset about.
That's why I believe the story.
Right. So what? So again, I can't confirm this, but everybody I have asked said they believe it's true, and I'll show you why it's probably true in a second.
Дочка міністра оборони Резнікова Анастасія
So,
знову відзначилася. На початку червня вона купила будинок у місті Валоріс поруч із Каннами.
wait a minute. I don't know why I'm playing that, because I want to play this.
Дочка міністра оборони Резнікова Анастасія
So it says the daughter of the Minister of Defense, Anastasia Stanhas, stands out again.
Steinhaus.
In the beginning of June, she bought a house in Valrus between Cannes and Antibon. Pool, elevator, 7 bedrooms, everything as expected. Price 7 million euro. This guy, his defenseman, he doesn't give a shit about his soldiers sacrificing their lives. The only thing he cares about is the sweet life of his family. Are all our politicians like that? All our politicians are like that. They are the flesh of the people's flesh. This country cannot be saved.
What is this, America?
Right. Sounds like America. Now, why is that probably true? Where does the defense minister's daughter get $7 million? Is it through corruption? Well, we do know Ukraine is the most corrupt country in the world.
I mean, I guess maybe it's not verified, but if it turns out it's not true, that would be as shocking as a spaceship on the news.
That's right.
Up close.
Up close. So if it turns out this story is, I haven't confirmed it, and if somebody has please let me know, and we will correct it or share it. But right now, a year after the Maidan, Ukraine is still the most corrupt country in Europe. That's from December 2014. Welcome to Ukraine, the most corrupt nation in Europe. And that's from 2015. Think about that. The most corrupt. Think about that.
That's it. Belgium's in Europe.
Ukraine, one of the world's most corrupt countries. That's from 2019.
Well, it's weird how these articles stop suddenly.
Ukraine president rule becomes increasingly corrupt, authoritarian. That's in 2021.
Oh, I'm surprised.
But that's from Europe. That's a Europe.
Oh.
Corruption concerns involving Ukraine are revived as the war with Russia drags on.
Ooh.
That's from July of 2022.
They didn't even say Russia's behind reviving this in this headline like they normally would.
From that article, it said Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's dismissal of senior officials is casting an inconvenient light on an issue that the Biden administration has largely ignored since the outbreak of war with Russia. Ukraine's history of rampant corruption and shaky governance.
Wait, are you telling me the country that hired his crackhead son to sit on an energy board for $80,000 a month has a corruption problem?
And so it looks like they're getting ready to throw Zelensky under the bus, the same way they did with Muammar Gaddafi when they didn't need him, the same way they did with Saddam Hussein when they didn't need him,
Osama bin Laden,
or Osama bin Laden when they didn't need
freedom fighter, according to the New York Times.
And so it looks like because NPR is allowed to say this now, it looks like they're getting ready to throw him under the bus. But let's remember, scandal: Ukraine sells military equipment donated by NATO by NATO countries. That's when, so we're sending them a couple $100 billion, and they're probably, I would say 75% of that's probably being corrupted. It's being sold to other countries on black markets and things like that.
Now, in retail, we call that shrinkage.
Yes.
And remember when Seymour Hersh was on? He was talking about they expected them to sell a lot of it.
Yeah.
They actually were just selling so much, like, hey, share some of the graft with the general Zelensky and fire the ones that are taking too much. But apparently this guy with his daughter, allegedly.
This is all a huge scam to sell off arms into the black market. And these leaders are all profiteering from wars with the misery of their own people. That goes also for Zelensky. That's 100% true. Okay. we'll wait to see if this is true or where she got that $7 million from. How about that one? There was one Ukrainian official. Did you hear about this story, Kurt? Had suitcases full like $100 million in the suitcase as they crossed the border.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Wait, yeah. Feels like a while ago.
Right? Yeah, it was a while ago. Hey, come see us on tour. We'll be in Baltimore, San Francisco, Huntington Beach, Rosemont, and Chicago, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, New York City, Pottstown, Pennsylvania, Stamford, Connecticut, and more. And St. Louis. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for all our tickets for all our shows.